What if I told you that the colors you learned in preschool could actually hack the human brain? Colors can trigger emotions, influence decisions, and even change moods. Businesses take this so seriously that they often hire experts just to get the colors right. But how can we use this to improve our own art? I started this journey after I posted my last video, a Rapunzel speed paint. Now, right off the bat, you might not see a correlation, but when you dig deeper into the Tangled movie, you realize the creators were hiding so much more inside the color. It's a common fact that colors trigger responses in your brain, whether it's from red, catching your attention, to green, calming you down. Corporations know this, and oh boy do they use it to their advantage. At the tip of my research, it was fascinating to see how many articles and videos are out there about color psychology. But since I've got a lot more to talk about, let's see if I can recap all you peoples on color psychology in under a minute. Okay, with red, we have anger, passion, and excitement. Yellow provokes positivity and joy. Orange can symbolize adventure and enthusiasm. Purple provokes a sense of importance, as the color is often associated with royalty. Pink actually calms the brain down, reducing stress. It's apparently used in hospitals and prisons to promote peace. Blue is a mixed boat, quite literally. On one hand, it can be calm and relaxing. On the other, it can be sad. Green stimulates new life or growth. It's another calming color that provokes trust and peace. Brown promotes comfort and stability. Black is sharp, demanding, and bold. White symbolizes purity and innocence. Gray, on the other hand, is timeless. It's neutral. It doesn't demand for your attention or force you to feel anything. To some, it can be a nice break from the whirlwind of colors. That's all the colors, I think. Moving on. We can all agree that color choice is vital to an art piece. And for those of you who are just playing this video as background noise and don't believe me, let me show you 4 examples. I drew a sad girl and colored her completely with dark blues and greenish blues. Now, here's the same piece colored with brighter colors. Before you say, "Whoa, that's oversaturated," let me show you another piece. Now, the girl is happy, but the dark blues contrast her happy smile. Here's the second piece with the same oversaturated colors from the first piece. It fits better, and if you disagree, well, okay. Now that we've learned about color psychology and how color affects an art piece, let's go back to the movie Tangled. Animators used the trick of color quite well. In the first part of the movie, everything is bathed in the beautiful golden light. Every set piece around Rapunzel is vibrant, colorful, and innocent. As the movie progresses and she gallops around the land with Flynn, we see more vibrant colors. This symbolizes how beautiful Rapunzel thinks the world is. Finally, at the end of the movie, when Rapunzel thinks Flynn betrayed her, the lighting from their romantic moment is gone, replaced by eerie green shadows and dark shades. Rapunzel's clothing and hair are dull, echoing her fear. When Flynn gets back to the tower, the once beautiful, serene building is now gray and menacing. What changed? The structure didn't, the scenery didn't, the location didn't. The only thing the creators changed was the color. Finally, though, when Rapunzel and Flynn are safe, the color starts to come back. Even though Rapunzel's hair is brown now, the golden hues return, tying up their happy ending in a beautiful bow. Boom. Now that's what color done right can do. Now sure, that was a really rushed color movie review. Personally, I'd love to do a deep dive into movie color, but we don't have that type of time for now. A good movie not only has a fantastic story, but also uses color to hack into a brain's emotions. But you didn't come here for me to talk about movies. You came here to learn the skills of this trade for yourself. But a quick clarification, I'm not an expert. And before you say, "So wait, Kaylon, me watching this video is a complete waste of my time." No. I'm not saying that. Don't go, please. I'm talking to you people who are listening to me in the background. What I'm saying is that I'm still learning, just like every other artist out there. I can't tell you, use this shade of green or the world will die, but I can give you the rules to set you off on the right track. So, let me do a quick review. Color as we know it can prompt different emotions in a person. Colors can shift the tone of an art piece, and colors can be used to tell a story. But how can someone apply this? Alright, enough teaching. I'm going to show you live how to do it yourself. So sadly, the original audio on my Magma recording was very bad. Like, it was painful to listen to. So instead of forcing you guys through that torture, I'm going to have to channel my inner what was Avalon thinking in this moment mode and try and narrate over. So that should be interesting. Every once in a while, someone on Magma will post a color scheme challenge. So with all my hardy knowledge, it's time to just jump right into it. The first one I joined, it was too crowded. I couldn't actually draw anything, so I searched for another one, and eventually I did find them. Like, as I said, they're always going to be color palette challenges. People love doing them, and it's pretty simple too. The owner just has to pick to 5 to 6 colors, and they just let people create. There's no prizes, there's no pressure. It's really simple. So I took these colors to my private, I almost said dock, digital art space and started breaking down the colors. The first thing I noticed is that most of these colors are more muted. So the blue isn't very vibrant, the yellowish tan isn't vibrant, the gray is actually a warm gray and not a just plain straight neutral gray. And I knew that I could use all these colors to my advantage because it's not just color that influences the brain, it's the type of color that influences the brain. And I'll get into tone and saturation in a little bit, but all you need to know is that the blues that I was seeing, they didn't make me feel sad, they made me feel relaxed. And mixing that with the more muted tans made me think instantly of the beach. So you guys get to watch me butcher an attempt of drawing a seagull from memory, but I was just trying to get colors down. So, yeah. Now, you might be wondering why this tannish yellow is more calm than, say, a bright yellow. So, as we know, and I clarified earlier in the video, yellow is an excitable color that, promotes, I just said it, excitement and joy, sunshine, all those things. But when you mute the color a little bit, it carries that excitement, but in a more calm manner. It's hard to explain because it's something that you can feel in your brain. That didn't make sense, but it's something that is just very hard to put into words. But yeah, it made me think of the beach. And so after figuring out that I can't draw seagulls, I decided to shift and draw a bathing suit person instead. Now, fun story, the first digital art class I ever took, the assignment that was the first one we ever did was to draw anything, absolutely anything, and we would redraw it later in the year to track our progress, which was a really fun thing that my teacher did for us. I might try redrawing that piece sometime to see how much I've grown even since then, but anyways, that's not the point. I chose to draw a bathing suit girl because I was in a mood. I get into weird moods where I want to draw people in bathing suits. I don't know why. It's just something. But after I got my concept down, I went back to Magma and I started sketching out my ideas from there. So a while ago, I joined a different art live stream, and the color scheme was this. Someone took advantage of it and drew these cute little guys that you probably all recognize. I, being a Sonic fan, decided I wanted to draw a human version of them using their color scheme, and it did not go well, as you can see. So, thinking back, as I was doing this research, I started thinking about it again, and I was wondering, why did mine look so terrible compared to when the same exact color scheme looked so great on Sonic and Tails? Well, that's where my first color art tip comes in. It's called the 80-20 rule. As I was doing my research, I came across a video that said, if you have complementary colors, like, for example, purple and yellow, because they're on the opposite sides of the color wheel, you need to figure out which one of those colors is going to make up 80% of your illustration and which one is going to make up 20% of your illustration. When they're both at 50%, both color is competing for your attention. But when one is the majority and the other is more of an accent, it honestly complements the whole piece and gives your brain a little bit of a rest. So instead of fighting for attention, if one steps back, they end up aiding the entire piece. So if you look at it back at the Sonic piece, his 80% color is blue, and that is what we recognize him from. But his tan underbelly, or in this case, yellow underbelly, there's not as much of it as the blue, so it's not fighting for our attention. Instead, it actually breaks up the blue to make us enjoy it more. And then the red and white, there's not a ton of it. Like, if you notice, he's not like wearing a red and white hat or has like red and white scarf. It's only his shoes, and that is enough to like make the piece stand out without dragging attention away from it. And the same is with Tails. 80% of him is yellow, and then 20% of him is white. And then you've got like 5% of him is red. Don't like comment and tell me my math is wrong. You get the point. So going back to this illustration that I'm working on a magma, I knew that my main color would be tan. That would be my 80% color. Or more in this case, it's more like 70% of the color and then 30% of the color is blue. All you need to know is that one color needs to be the majority of the piece while the other one is the lesser majority. So yeah, that's the 80-20 rule. So yeah, that's the finished piece. And as a little bit of a bonus, I didn't really like how this piece looked at first, so I decided I wanted a redo on my own canvas, take away all that extra pressure of people watching, and I ended up being able to do this. And I really like this redo. I made the colors a little bit more warm, which added to that relaxing, beachy feel. It's one of my top favorite pieces right now. Congratulations! You now have the tool to hack your viewer's brain through the power of color. Now, does that mean you're automatically the best artist in the world? No. I'm just saying that the color can help your art pieces be even better. So yeah, take what you can get from this video and do with it what you will. Go design a million new OCs that you clearly don't need, or show off your knowledge to your siblings, or go paint a prison pink. Whatever you do, just remember color can be used to bless people. It was something God gave us in this big, beautiful world, and I'm just happy I can sit down and enjoy it. Thank you all for watching. This was probably my biggest research video yet, but I quite enjoyed it. If you have any other topics you'd like me to cover, then please ask. Also, to my background listeners, if you need another video to have play while you clean your room, I suggest you watch me attempt to draw 50 spider people in 7 days. Just a suggestion. Okay, that's enough from me. Goodbye!